You know that sudden motivational urge you sometimes get late at night that makes you want to work on one of your goals for like 10 minutes and then give it up? Yeah, David Goggins' book won't give you that. It will, however, give you the tools to accomplish any feat. In his book, Can't Hurt Me, David explains how he went from being nobody to the toughest man in the world. In this video, I'll be doing a review on his book and explaining whether or not it helped me. So, this book is called Can't Hurt Me, and it's written like an autobiography, but David talks about how you can apply the principles to your own life. It's like a self help book, but also an autobiography. He starts out with his early life, talking about how he should have been a statistic, as he says. He had an extremely abusive father, he experienced racism and bullies. He was told that he had a learning disability, which he did, which was caused by his harsh family life. And he already had some mental illnesses because of it as well. All this stuff isn't put in the book so that you feel sorry for him, but so that you can understand where he came from. David is now a retired SEAL. He completed SEAL training, U.S. Army Ranger School, and Air Force Tactical Air Controller training. And he is the only one to have all three of those accomplishments. He is also a former Guinness World Record holder. He has run over 60 ultra marathons and ultra triathlons. David has been called the toughest man alive. He has dealt with several health conditions and more. The point is that he went from nobody to somebody, and in his book he explains how. He talks about how he accomplished his most difficult accomplishments. I love this book because it almost feels like a novel. It's very entertaining. It's like a story being told, but he tells you how to apply what he learned. At the end of each chapter, he gives a challenge to the reader, a lot of which you can do right after reading. A lot of these challenges are journaling, and personally, they help me a lot. In his book, he talks about life not being fair and how to get past that. He talks about how to be mentally strong and how to deal with pain and suffering, both physical and mental. It would take a while to explain all the ideas and principles that he talks about, but I will talk about my favorite. It was at the beginning of the book when he explains that life is not fair and that you are the only one that can lift yourself up. He basically says that complaining about life not being fair will never accomplish anything. You just have to deal with it and figure out how to deal with it. This book is considered a self-help book, but it's not like others. He does not tell you some mystery secret that is going to make life easy. He explains that we need suffering in our life, and I agree with that. David is very real. He does not sugarcoat things, which I think is important for this type of book. Before I go on to talk about how this book affected my life, I want to say that David does cuss a lot in this book, although there is a clean version if you want to read that. I personally listened to the audiobook and I wasn't too bothered by it. It didn't limit his ideas or what he was trying to convey. Some people might not like that he cusses a lot, and that's why I'm putting it out there. That's probably the biggest critique or criticism he received on this book, was that he does cuss a lot. Like I said, I bought the audio version, which was great because he gave deeper insight every now and then, and it was almost like a podcast. But I liked it so much that I bought the actual book. So here it is. And the actual book actually has pictures in it, and I think there's benefits to both. So yeah, do whatever's best for you. I like to listen to it while I work out, so that's why I did the audiobook. So before I read this book, I felt very helpless. I felt like the world was against me. I just wanted someone to come and lift me up and tell me everything was going to be okay. I was being lazy and I was whining about everything that did not go my way. I felt like my goals were impossible. After reading the first two chapters, that all changed. I stopped feeling bad for myself and I just dealt with the difficult stuff. I wasn't motivated, but rather I felt awake. It was like having cold water dumped on me and waking up. The book did not make me feel happy or anything. It just made me realize that life is unfair and complaining about it won't help. I accepted that nobody would help me. The past 3 weeks have been some of my most productive weeks. I worked hard, even on the days I wanted to do nothing and sleep. It has only been 3 weeks since I started reading the book, but I know it has given me the tools to be tougher myself. The most useful thing when it comes to productivity was the idea of the accountability mirror. The idea is to write your goals on sticky notes and put them on the mirror so that you have to be reminded of them. I put mine over my bed because that was the best spot for me. If you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen that post. If you aren't following me, be sure to head over there and follow me after this video. Overall, this book was great. It was very useful and also entertaining. It made the past 3 weeks some of the best I've had in a while. I would recommend this book to literally anyone. Keep in mind, this book might motivate you, but that's not the goal. The goal is to give you the tools to work on even the hardest days. So I spent a lot of time on this video, so if you could leave a like and share and subscribe, that would be great. I have a lot more videos coming that I think you'll very much enjoy. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.